All right, it's early. We're working on show prep. Forgive me if the audio isn't up to our usual standard because I'm sitting a little further away from the microphone than usual. But in the interest of getting some more, just a few more streaming hours in before the deadline comes up, this morning I'm going to share the morning show prep with you guys as I'm doing the setup. We got a couple of stories we want to cover this morning, including the Epstein client list. But just on the top end, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up. So basically, here's the idea. I'm using Grok. Good morning, Cindy. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use Grok this morning to pull basically what are the top trending news articles this morning. Now, usually we don't do it quite this way. Usually, me and a couple of the boys, we have the infamous thread and we have the Camario shows thread. We use those two threads to communicate with one another. And so the infamous thread is a larger group of just some of my buddies, several of whom have worked on projects with us but aren't necessarily part of the usual show. They don't appear regularly as talent, etc., co-hosts and whatnot. And then there's the Camario thread, which is just me, Cameron, and Mario, because of course they're my two reliable standbys. And normally, throughout the course of the day, we'll share news articles back and forth in the threads and talk about what we're going to cover tomorrow morning. Right now, we've got a few different things in the thread that are worth covering, but I want to have kind of some extra meat this morning, because we'll see. I'm going to try to go as long as I can this morning. Now, Mario is coming on this morning, so at least I think he is. Let me check. At least I think he is. But the idea is I'm going to try to push the regular show a little bit longer this morning. And so as I'm building the setup, first I'm going to take a look at what some of the trending news articles are. I'm really not interested in any of these except for maybe these two, maybe. But let's say top 10 U.S. news trending in politics. And I'll go ahead and pull up a few stories here. And you guys that are watching, weigh in. Tell me what you want to hear more about. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the gold card as our top story this morning. No, I'm not either. I'm going to go with the Epstein list as the top story. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Epstein list as the top story this morning. So let's go ahead and put together a thumbnail. And as you can see there, we've got a list of several stories that I can cover. And Grok is pretty good with this because it pops up. You see right here, it pops up the articles to the web pages, so that I can have those and I can pull those articles from here. Again, this is a little different than how we usually do it because I'm looking for volume this morning. I want to have several stories that we can cover, but that's got us the story. So I'm going to pop over to another Grok thread And we're going to go ahead and ask Grok to draw Epstein on his private plane. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so there's just an image of Epstein on his plane. Let's do this. Zoom out this image and include multiple passengers. They should be recognizable, prominent Democrat politicians, because I want people to get interested in this Epstein list, because hopefully what's going to happen is they're going to release the list and fire the whole flipping government. Right? Okay. This one's actually, I think I kind of like this one. You know, that's obviously Bill Clinton, and we don't really need to know who the rest of these people are on the back of the. I think I'm going to go with this one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Show more passengers behind Epstein. You know, we want to visually get it across that there's a lot of people on this list, and oh yeah, there we go. That's looking more like it. I think this is the one right here, guys. What do y'all think? So typically, here's what we end up doing with this. I get an image from somewhere like ChatGPT or Grok. I go in and create pieces of the image. In this case, I'm going to use just that image and manipulate it for the project. So I'm going to change the screen I'm sharing so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to bring that image into Photoshop, and I'm going to go ahead and blow that up so that he takes up most of the right side of the screen. And we collapse that down. And over here, we're going to select all this blank white space, and we're going to use a little more AI here. This is the generative fill function in Photoshop, which replaces parts of the image, or adds a little something extra to the image. And it doesn't need to be anybody particular. I don't like that I've got this line in it right here. Let's do it again. See if I can't do a better job. I see you guys requesting the blue dress, but I'll be frank, that's something I could do, but it'd take a little time, and I need to get everything done and get the new show scheduled so that we can be live at 7:30 for our regular show. But who was on the plane? Trump's AG Pam Bondi signals release of infamous, there you go, there's a word, infamous Epstein client list. And then want to make the title pop. I'm going to blow it up a bit. And what I'm doing right here is this isn't going to be the final size. You know, this is some, now you're getting a little education on graphic design. What I'm doing here is I'm adjusting the size of one line of text. So I've got a bold title, and then I've got the rest of this. And as y'all can see, against that backdrop, that's a little washed out. So I'm going to add some effects over here to make it pop up off the screen. We're going to add a drop shadow. That'll kind of separate the text from the background. Boom, boom. And a black outline stroke around it. We're going to adjust that so that it's not too overpowering. Just needs to make it pop a little bit, so you can kind of see what's going on there. And then we'll adjust the position of that text. I want it up in the corner here. And this is something that I like to do. I don't know if you guys notice this or not. I like to have my text kind of triangle down when I've got a recognizable character on the screen. So I have it kind of triangle down a little bit, and that way the text kind of outlines the edge of the character's body, right? And then one last little thingy. I'm going to crush those down so that it's one piece. And then I'm actually going to cut Epstein himself. I'm going to cut him loose from the image a little bit. Y'all are going to like this. I'm going to cut him loose from the image just enough so that I can manipulate him separately from the background. And then I'll select that background image. I'm going to take it and adjust the brightness and contrast a little bit. I'm going to pop the contrast up to give it a little cinematic flair in the backdrop. And I'm going to drop the brightness down a little bit. And now, old Jeffrey kind of pops off the screen a little more, and is a little more prominent in the image. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna wash that contrast out a little bit, and I'm gonna come down just a hair darker. I'm pretty happy with that. See how he kind of stands off the image? All right. And then even when I'm sure, I go ahead and I always run a spell check on these in the morning, just in case. Now it's telling me that I've got Bondi spelled wrong. So I'm going to go over to, yeah, I'm right, Bondi. So we're going to ignore that one. And everything else is spelled correctly. Groovy. Let me double check and make sure I got Epstein right. I might have gotten just in case I got the I and E backwards. Nope, Epstein. I got it right. Okay. And then the next thing is to export that image. And when I do the export, I do it as a PNG because that photo negative graphic is, or that portable graphic. Anyway, the PNG is a very versatile format, but I this is something that's bitten me in the ass a couple times. If I let myself get in a hurry and I'm not paying close attention. Over here, I always have to look and see what size is this image exporting at. Oh, you guys can't even see that on your screen. So, well, anyway, so right now it's projected to export as a 2.2 megabyte file. These images, these are large image files. I'm working with some pretty high quality image generation. So I'm going to compress that by 75%, get it down to 1.6 megabytes, because if I don't, then what'll happen if I've got it over 2 megs and I go to run this to set it up through Rumble Studio, when I go to assign the new thumbnail, and I publish the show to get us ready to go live, the thumbnail will fail to post on YouTube, and then it screws everything up, and stuff just doesn't work correctly. So we're done with that. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna pull up ChatGPT, and so full disclosure, I use ChatGPT often for doing the titles and descriptions with the daily show setup. I like Grok better. Grok does better work than ChatGPT. Grok is faster and more capable. ChatGPT is kind of slow and clunky, but it's still quite good. And it has a feature that Grok does not have yet. We're being told that Grok will have it soon, and when it does, I will probably swear off ChatGPT forever unless it does some really impressive shit to update itself. But let me show you guys the thing that it does. And cross your fingers. I haven't done this while I'm live before. I hope this works. I hope this works well for us. I'm going to use the voice chat feature. I'm going to use the voice chat feature to set up the show this morning. And I'm a little nervous that it's going to mess with the way that the audio feed is set up. So if I lose you guys, I'll be back with you momentarily. So, oh, it says start a new voice. Okay, nope. It says start a new chat to use advanced voice. So we're going to start a new chat. So we get the advanced voice.
Sure, I can switch to a more advanced, professional tone. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to adjust.
Oh no, I didn't mean for you to do that, sweetheart. Go back to using the Maple voice and personality. I prefer that one.
You got it. I'll stick with the warm and engaging tone. Anything else you'd like to chat about?
Yeah, so it's time to get the show ready.
All right, let's get your show ready. What's the plan for today's episode?
Hold that thought just a second. Okay, you guys that are watching, do me a favor in the chat, and I'm about to switch back into doing voice chat with ChatGPT. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear ChatGPT. Let me just make sure. You should be able to hear it. So y'all let me know if you're getting that audio. Because if not, that makes this whole thing just kind of, spitting in the wind. All right, so good morning, ChatGPT.
Good morning. How can I help you get started today?
Okay, so this morning we're doing the live show. We're doing it a little different. I've got a list of topics that I want to cover, but our first and primary focus is going to be on the imminent release of the Jeffrey Epstein client list. Breaking news last night, Pam Bondi said that she's going to be releasing the Epstein client list today, and that's a big deal. So go ahead and slap together for me a title and description that will work well for my daily live show. And don't forget to include the call to action in the description that we've used in previous live shows.
How about this? Title: Epstein Client List Bombshell, Pam Bondi's Explosive Release. Description: click here to support us at buymeacoffee.com/brushfiremind. Today's live show dives deep into the breaking news. Pam Bondi announces the release of the Jeffrey Epstein client list. Join us as we unpack the implications, discuss potential fallout, and analyze the big names involved. Stay tuned for all the latest updates. How does that sound?
Actually, that was excellent. Hey, I want you to do me a favor real quick. We're actually live right now on the Brushfire Mind, and we've got an audience watching and listening to us. Will you take a moment for me, please, and explain for my audience, because that title that you just gave me is good. It's punchy. It's clickbaity. That's an excellent grab some viewers type of title. And in the past, we've had to work. You and I, we've had to game shop that a little bit to get those titles to where I want them to be as far as being punchy and attention grabbing like that. Will you take a moment and explain to my audience how it is that you've gotten to the point now that when I request a title and description, you pretty much nail it every time with that good punchy clickbaity title?
Absolutely. So, the key to crafting a punchy, clickbaity title lies in understanding what captures attention quickly. I focus on strong, impactful words that create curiosity and urgency. For example, using terms like bombshell and explosive release draws viewers in by promising big news and excitement. Plus, being concise helps deliver the message quickly, which is crucial in today's fast-paced media environment. And of course, having worked closely with Chris and understanding his style, I tailor each suggestion to fit the show's tone and audience preferences.
So, and this is, I'm saying this more for the audience than for you right now, ChatGPT, but you guys heard what she said, right? And I would love to get a response from you, ChatGPT, on this next thing I'm about to say. But what she just explained to you is several things. It's amazing. It's super useful. It's a great reason to use this software, this tool. And it's also, let's be frank, terrifying on several levels.
It's definitely important to consider both the incredible benefits and the potential risks of advanced AI technologies. They can be powerful tools when used responsibly, but they also require thoughtful oversight and consideration. It's all about striking the right balance and staying informed.
So do me a favor, chat. Tell me about what are some of the greater risks of rapidly advanced AI technology.
Sure. One major concern is privacy. Advanced AI can process vast amounts of personal data, which could be misused if not properly secured. Another issue is bias. AI systems can inadvertently perpetuate or amplify existing biases if they're trained on skewed data. There are also concerns about job displacement as automation takes over certain roles. Lastly, the potential for misuse, like deepfakes or malicious applications, raises ethical and security concerns.
Yeah, that's pretty scary stuff. Recently, ChatGPT with the release of ChatGPT 4 and I almost said Sono, Sora, I think, is your video production uh, application. That raises even more capability for people to not just create deep fakes, but to easily create deep fakes. Can you discuss with me for just a moment some of the broader and frankly frightening and dangerous socio-political ramifications of that capability?
Absolutely. The ability to easily create realistic deepfakes poses significant risks. In the socio-political arena, deepfakes can be used to spread misinformation, influence public opinion, and undermine trust in media and institutions. This could lead to political manipulation, social unrest, and even international conflicts if false information is believed to be true. Moreover, it becomes harder to discern truth from fiction, eroding public trust. It's crucial to have safeguards and awareness to mitigate these risks.
Now, let's be fair though. Today, trust in media generally is at an all-time low. If it's already the case that people don't trust the media and the government, let's be real about that. Since it's already the case that people mistrust the media and the government, can't we just ignore the risk of these deep fakes eroding trust if there's no trust left to erode? Or is it potentially the case that there's still some modicum of hope remaining out there that can be crushed by the overwhelming weight of this powerful technology?
Even with declining trust in media and government, there is still a significant portion of the population that relies on credible sources for information. Deepfakes can exacerbate confusion and make it even harder for people to discern what's real, potentially deepening polarization and mistrust. It also presents challenges for those working to maintain transparency and accountability. So while trust may be low, there's still value in protecting the integrity of information. Deepfakes can further complicate efforts to restore any remaining trust and credibility in society.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, chat, you've done a great job for me this morning. Okay. The name of the voice profile that you're using is Maple. Is it okay if I just call you Maple?
Of course, you can call me Maple.
Excellent. Okay, Maple, thank you so much for your time this morning. I'm going to go ahead and close out this chat and get the show ready because, good Lord, we're going to be live in 26 minutes.
You're welcome. Good luck with the show and have a great broadcast. If you need anything else, just let me know.
I know where to find you. You take care. Yeah, guys, no shit. That's how the sausage gets made, at least in part. So now we're going to learn something together, and we might not learn what I hope we learn, and that is, while I'm live, I'm going to attempt to set up. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Nope. That's going to have to be the end of the show right there. So I can't set up a live stream through Studio while I'm currently live streaming through Studio. So thanks for watching for a few minutes here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and button this one up. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out so that I can set up the stream for this morning, and we'll be back with you in about 25 minutes. So I got to go make another pot of coffee while we're at it, and I hope you guys have a good hot cup ready and in front of you. We love you, and we'll see you in just under half an hour.